Hello everyone, this is Snehata Singh and thank you for watching my channel, and I'm so grateful to be back on YouTube and to share these ideas with you makes me so alive, makes me so honored, makes me so grateful that I get to do this every single time whenever I'm back on a video. So let's start this video. The video is called Seeking Pleasure in Pain is Keeping You Stuck. Seeking pleasure and pain. So what do I really mean by that? This pleasure that you feel is not coming from high vibrational things. It's not coming from nature. It's not coming from good things in your life. It's not coming from your dreams. It's not coming from a good relationship. It's coming from a place which is painful. Your pleasure is coming from pain. Your pleasure is coming from sadness. Your pleasure is coming from romanticizing sad song. Your pleasure is coming from depression. Your pleasure is coming from being comfortable with your depression, your sadness, your failure. So it is just like you are keeping yourself stuck. And there is nothing wrong to be sad and depressed for a while. There's nothing wrong. Everybody goes through some kind of sadness, some kind of depression, some kind of, low periods in their life. And there is nothing wrong. It's very important for us. It's like the journey of a human being. They go through some stuff. They go through some kind of periods, low phases in their life, depression or sadness or some kind of things where they feel low, where there is a loss, there is grief, there is sadness. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely. But what you start doing is you start making it your comfort zone. It's not about just days or months. Now it's been months. Now it's been years. Now it's been decades. You are in the same rotten, spiraling victimhood that life, where you make excuses that, you know what, life has been so unjust to me, life has been so unfair to me, life never works out for me. Now you get to curse the life, now you get to curse universe, now you get to curse your parents, your friends, your family, the community, the society for being in this zone where you're just so depressed. You are actually making excuses. This is the pleasure of being a victim. The pleasure of a victim. The pleasure of being right, that life has been unjust to you. Life has been unfair to me. Like for example, you couldn't clear some exams, some very important exam in your life, which you have been dreaming to give and to be the top scorer of that. For example, IAS or some kind of police officer or some kind of exams like CDS or NEET medical exams, and you have been preparing it for like 4 or 5 years and you kept giving it. You kept giving the exam, but you couldn't do it. You couldn't pass the exam, or you couldn't get the result that you really dreamt of getting. So it's been like already 4 or 5 years, or even so much time has passed. Maybe you are doing some other kind of job, you are not, but you are still thinking about these kind of stuff which happened 5 years ago, which happened 10 years ago, that oh my god, I failed in that examination, I failed in that dream of mine which I really wanted to do, or my parents wanted me to do, but you are still stuck. Like it's been a while, guys. Like it's been a while since you have given that exam. It's been a while that you are not that person anymore. You are not in that phase anymore, and you need to like give up on the drama that you are a victim, life has been unfair, that you are a failure. The pleasure that we derive from being a failure, the pleasure that we derive from being a victim, the pleasure that we derive from being right, that we are victim, is just so common, is just keeping you so stuck, is just keeping you so in your comfort zone. So stop it right now that you are trying to seek pleasure, the superficial pleasure, from being a victim, from being right that life has been unfair, that you were a failure, that things did not work out for you, even when you worked so hard. That, when you get to complain about life, complain about yourself, complain about your parents, complain about everything in life, and the truth is you are getting some kind of pleasure from that, you are romanticizing this period of life for extended period of time. It could have been gone, like it's done, it didn't work out, the exam didn't work out, the dream didn't work out, the relationship didn't work out, that girl rejected you, that's gone, that period is gone, and you are not the same person. But if you're just in your mind, you're just keep thinking about the same thing that happened 10 years ago, you are just seeking and romanticizing pleasure in that pain, in that failure, in that victimhood, in that unjust and unfair. Life is so unfair. So this pleasure is not actually serving you. Maybe it's giving you some kind of pleasure. It's giving you some kind of pleasure that you feel good about it. It is giving you that comfort zone where you feel good about it. You feel pleasure. You are feeling superficial pleasure. Maybe you're also listening to a lot of sad music, sad songs, sad movies that you get to watch, and then you get to be in your own little comfort zone of sadness and depression and all kind of stuff, because it's a privilege to actually extend your pain to suffering. It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse to not move forward in your life. It's a good excuse to not take risk again. It's a good excuse to not let yourself feel alive. Because this pleasure from pain is not actually making you alive. It's killing you every single day and you don't know it. In the temporary moment, it's a good pleasure. It feels like a good pleasure, but it's not serving you. Ask yourself, is this pleasure that you are seeking in the pain, this pleasure that you're deriving from pain, is it serving you? Is it serving your future self? Is it serving your vision reality? Is it serving your health? Is it serving your abundance? Is it serving your family? Is it serving your community? Is it serving your future children? Is it serving you? Is this pleasure and pain actually serving you in this life? Just be so honest with yourself. Just be so authentic with yourself. So honest, so brutally honest that enough is enough. I'm not going to be in this kind of sadness and pain and depression no longer. Yes, there are some times I fail, because everybody fails in this world. Everybody has their own due of failure, but you cannot keep that failure now into your head and be like, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. It's so easy to say I'm a failure. What is wrong in failing? I feel like it's so important to fail. It teaches you so much. It teaches you so many lessons and gifts and gives you so much wisdom you couldn't have learned in any school. So failing is very important. So just because you failed few times doesn't mean you have become a failure. Stop defining yourself with failure, with some circumstances, with some examination, with some girl, with some boy. Stop it. You are not a failure. You are just defining yourself so that you can keep stuck, so that you can give excuses to complain all day long. All day long. And you can romanticize, you can listen to sad songs and sad movies all day long. And not take any risk. Not take any risk. Not feel alive anymore. To not create something even if it means that putting yourself out there and people can see it, people can criticize it, or people can even appreciate it. It can help somebody else. So stop being a victim. Stop being a victim. Nobody is a victim. Unjust things or failure happens to every single one. But it is all about how you see it. It's all about how you see it. It's all about how you see it, perceive it. But if you want to use that as an excuse to be in pain and suffering and seek pleasure from that, you are seeking pleasure from your pain. You are seeking pleasure from your suffering. You are seeking pleasure from your comfort zone. You are seeking pleasure from your victimhood. So do you really want some bliss, some freedom, some joy, some internal joy? Or do you want to enjoy the superficial pleasure that you are getting from the pain? That you're getting from some past that happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago? Move on. Move on. Process the emotions. There's nothing bad in being sad, being depressed. But are you keeping it stuck? Or are you letting it go? Are you processing it and letting it go? It is all your choice. It's all your decisions. You have all the power in your life to create whoever you want to be. But if you just want to say I'm a failure and just be romanticizing it, you can do it. For the next 50 years, go ahead and do it. Nobody's going to stop you. Yes, people will give you fake sympathy. People will give you some kind of fake validation as well, but it's never going to be fulfilling. It's never going to fulfill you. People will never understand. Even if they do sympathize, nobody is going to support you for so long, 50, 60 years. Oh my God, something happened 20, 30, 40 years ago, and now they have to sympathize you for that. Nobody is going to give you a gold medal. Nobody. And thank God people are not giving you a gold medal for being sad and depressed. Nobody is going to support you in that. Yes, we all need support when we are going through some low phases, but you have to be very careful. For how long? For how long you are seeking support? Yes, good people will support you, but they are also not going to boost you in stretching your sadness, in making your pain a suffering. If people love you, they will help you in getting better in your mindset, in your physical strength. They will help you get better, get positive. They will not encourage you to be sad. And that's a good thing. So be sad when you are sad, but don't stretch it, don't extend it. Don't try to make your pain suffering. Don't try to define yourself with sadness and suffering and pain. You are more than that. I think that's all for today's video. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, like it, and I hope you learned something from this video. Stop seeking and experiencing pleasure in pain, this superficial pleasure. I can't tell you, this pleasure that you feel in pain is nothing when you will feel real love, when you feel real joy, when you will feel so much courage to do something, when you will put yourself ahead, when you will take risk, when you will show some self-love to yourself, when you want to help somebody else, when you want to help yourself. It's nothing. This superficial pleasure that you're deriving from your pain and depression and sadness is nothing as compared to the joy, the love, the fulfillment, the aliveness that you can feel in this lifetime So just be aware. Are you extending? Are you stretching? Is this pleasure serving you in any way? Is this pleasure serving your vision reality, your dreams, your desires, your community, your family, yourself, your children? Is it serving you in any way? Because there's so much in life, and failure is just a part of it. Failure is a beautiful part. Fail every single day if you can. Fail every single day. In failure, I have learned more things in failure than I have learned from any school, from any training, from anything. I've learned more from my failures than I have from anybody in this world. So fail, put yourself out there. What can other people do? They cannot do anything. They can criticize you, yes, but it's not going to be end of the world. It's not going to be end of the world, I promise. So be courageous enough to take yourself out of this prison that you have created for yourself. You are the one who can pull yourself out of this situation. You are the one. Yes, people can support you. Seek support if you can. Seek support, but always put yourself in a situation where you can help yourself more.